Today, we are building a functional REST API from scratch and then locking it down so only authorized users can access the endpoints. By the end of this session, you will have a working Express server equipped with complete create, read, update, and delete capabilities sitting behind a custom middleware checkpoint. To follow along, you'll need a Node.js environment, the Express package installed via NPM, and Postman ready for testing. Modern web applications rely on the secure transfer of information. Understanding how to build and protect these local mechanics is the necessary foundation for any data-driven project. We start by initializing the Express server file on a local port and declaring a temporary array to act as our database. There is an immediate hurdle. By default, an Express server cannot natively read or parse JSON text data sent from external sources like Postman. To fix this, we use the command app.use express.json. This built-in function acts as a translator for the incoming stream. This middleware converts raw text into a structured format that the server can actually interact with before reaching any route. Without this parsing step, the server will still run, but it will see the body of your request as undefined, making it impossible to process or store the data you're sending. With the server correctly reading data, we need to define the 4 HTTP methods required to manipulate our user array. The GET method is a read-only operation. It is designed to safely extract and return the current dataset without changing the information. The POST method is used for creation. It requires the request to include new data, like an ID and a name, which the server then pushes into the array. The PUT method is more surgical. It uses a specific ID in the URL to find a record and overwrite its existing data with new information. Finally, the delete method uses that same ID to target and remove a record from the storage entirely. These 4 methods map directly to the create, read, update, and delete paradigms used across almost all software development. Mastering these 4 operations gives you the complete toolkit for managing data lifecycle on the web. Now we shift from the code editor to Postman to interrogate our routes and verify the server is responding correctly. During a GET request, look for the response body to return your default data array. This confirms the read part of your logic is active. When testing POST, remember that the request body cannot be empty. If you don't provide the JSON data, the server will have nothing to process. Pay close attention to the HTTP status codes. While a successful GET returns a 200 OK, a successful POST should return 201 created, signaling that a new entry has been added to the stack. Checking these codes is the only way to verify exactly what the server is doing behind the scenes. Currently, our API is entirely open. Anyone who knows the URL can send a delete or post request to change our data. Middleware acts as a security checkpoint. It intercepts the request, interrogating it for a specific API key before reaching your CRUD routes. Calling the next command then tells Express the validation is successful, allowing the request to proceed. If the key is missing or incorrect, or if you simply forget to call next to, the request stops entirely. The user receives a 401 unauthorized status, and the data remains untouched. This implementation shifts your API from an open environment to a controlled one, ensuring only authorized requests reach the core data. You now have a functioning Express server with full CRUD capabilities and a security barrier in place. However, because our data is currently stored in a local variable, the entire dataset is wiped clean the moment the server restarts. The next step in this evolution is replacing that temporary array with a persistent database and upgrading the API key check to a JSON web token system. Mastering these foundational mechanics locally is the prerequisite for handling persistent data and cryptographic security in the cloud. Keep testing your routes, and I'll see you in